We often hear people say that youth is a time of exploration, learning, and growth. But what if the very things we're told about money, success, and wealth in our 20s are actually misleading? In the hustle to find ourselves, many of us are trapped in the web of societal expectations and false beliefs about wealth. These wealth lies can misguide us for years, leaving us chasing the wrong goals. But there is hope. By recognizing these lies and understanding the truth behind them, we can rewrite our financial story and set ourselves on a path to true wealth. In this video, we'll uncover 6 wealth lies that are commonly believed in our 20s, and more importantly, show you how to rewrite them to build real wealth. Let's break down the myths and turn them into truths that will guide you towards financial success. Wealth lie number 1. Get a good job and you'll be secure. Many of us were raised with the belief that a stable job is the key to financial security. Parents, teachers, and even society have drilled into us that the best way to achieve a comfortable life is through a steady job with benefits. While having a job is necessary for survival, it's not enough to create true wealth. The reality is that a job, no matter how well paying, will only ever give you time for money. You are essentially selling your hours in exchange for wages. True wealth, on the other hand, comes from systems creating that work for you, not from being stuck in an exchange of time for money. To rewrite this lie, you need to shift your mindset from being an employee to becoming an entrepreneur or investor. This doesn't mean you need to quit your job immediately, but it does mean looking for opportunities to generate passive income. Whether through starting a side business, investing in stocks, or building assets, the goal is to create income streams that don't require you to exchange time for money. Let me know if you'd like me to continue. Wealth lie number 2. Debt is just a part of life. Another pervasive myth is that debt is just something everyone has to deal with. We're taught that carrying debt, especially student loans or a mortgage, is a normal part of life. Everyone's in debt. It's fine, we hear. But this mindset traps us in a cycle of financial stress. That is not a normal part of life. It's a tool that can either help you build wealth or destroy your finances, depending on how you use it. If you use debt to leverage investments that grow over time, like real estate or starting a business, it can work in your favor. But most people end up using debt to buy things that don't appreciate, like consumer goods or a lifestyle they can't afford. To rewrite this lie, you need to understand that while debt is not inherently bad, it can become toxic if mismanaged. Make it a goal to get out of consumer debt as soon as possible and avoid using debt to fund lifestyle expenses. Instead, focus on using debt strategically to grow wealth. Wealth lie number 3. Save your way to wealth. Just save more and you'll be fine. This piece of advice is often given to young people, but it's misleading. Saving is important, but it's not the key to creating wealth. If you rely solely on saving, you'll be trading your time for a fraction of the money you need to achieve financial freedom. With inflation, rising living costs, and low interest rates, your savings will lose value over time if they're not invested. The key to wealth is not saving, but growing your money. Instead of simply putting money in a savings account, look for ways to invest in assets that will appreciate in value, such as stocks, bonds, or real estate. Compound interest is a powerful tool that can help you grow your wealth exponentially over time. Wealth lie number 4. Success is all about hard work. Hard work is often glorified as the key to success. We are told that if we work long hours, put in the effort, and never stop hustling, we'll eventually achieve our goals. However, the truth is that hard work alone does not guarantee success. In fact, It can often lead to burnout and frustration if you're not working on the right things. Success is not just about working hard, it's about working smart. This means learning how to leverage your time, skills, and resources efficiently. It also means focusing on activities that generate the most value for you, rather than simply filling your schedule with busy work. The most successful people are not always the hardest workers. They are the ones who understand the power of leverage and scalability. To rewrite this lie, starting by asking yourself, what activities will move me closer to my goals in the most efficient way? Focus on tasks that create high returns on your time and energy, and look for ways to automate or delegate less important tasks. Wealth lies number 5. You need to wait for the perfect moment. Many people in their 20s think that they need to wait for the perfect moment to start investing, starting a business, or making major financial decisions. They fear failure or worry that they might not have enough knowledge to make the right choices. This is another trap that keeps people stuck in financial mediocrity. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. Waiting for the right time to start something often means waiting forever. The key is to take action and learn as you go. Every successful entrepreneur and investor has made mistakes along the way. The difference is that they didn't let fear or doubt stop them. They took risks, learned from their failures, and kept moving forward. To rewrite this lie, start taking small steps towards your financial goals right now. Whether it's setting up an investment account, starting a side business, or simply reading books about personal finance, action is the first step towards progress. Wealth lie number 6. Money doesn't buy happiness. Well, it's true that money can't buy happiness directly. The lie behind this belief is that money doesn't improve your life in any meaningful way. This myth encourages people to avoid thinking about money seriously and focus instead on just being happy or doing what you love. But here's the reality. Money provides freedom, options, and the ability to improve your quality of life. When you have money, you can spend more time with your loved ones, invest in your health, travel the world, and have the peace of mind that comes with financial security. Money isn't the ultimate source of happiness, but it's a tool that can enhance your life in many ways. To rewrite this lie, understand that money is not the end goal, but a means to create the life you want. It's about using your wealth to live a life of purpose, freedom, and impact. Wealth lie number 7. The 9-to-5 job is the only path to success. For many people, the idea of financial success is tightly linked to the traditional 9-to-5 job. It's a familiar, safe route, working for someone else, receiving a regular paycheck, and moving up the corporate ladder. This lie tells us that this is the only way to make a living and secure our future. However, this is not the only path to wealth. The 9-to-5 lifestyle is often rigid, with limited growth potential, and it doesn't offer always the freedom or flexibility that many people desire. The modern world has created more opportunities than ever before, especially through technology and entrepreneurship. Starting a side business, freelancing, or investing in real estate or the stock market can provide avenues to financial freedom that a regular job cannot. Additionally, today's digital world makes it easier to build an online business, work from anywhere, and take control of your income without being tied to a desk from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Instead of believing that the 9-to-5 job is the only way, consider alternative paths. You might not have the security of a paycheck, but you can create your own opportunities and build wealth on your own terms. Whether it's freelancing in a skill you're passionate about, launching an online business, or investing in assets that grow over time, there's more than one way to achieve financial success. Rewrite the story by understanding that the 9 to minus 5 is not the only path. It's a viable choice for some, but there are countless other ways to build wealth and live a fulfilled life. Wealth lie number 8. I'm too young to think about wealth. In our 20s, many of us have a tendency to delay thinking about money. The lie we tell ourselves is that we're too young to worry about building wealth. We believe that wealth building is something that comes later in life, once we've established our careers, settled into a home, and raised a family. The truth is, the younger you start, the more time you have for your wealth to grow. The power of compound interest is one of the most important principles in building wealth. When you start saving and investing early, even small amounts can grow significantly over time. This is why starting in your 20s gives you a huge advantage compared to waiting until your 30s or 40s. The earlier you start, the less money you need to contribute to achieving the same financial goals. Successful people didn't wait until they were older to start thinking about wealth. Many successful entrepreneurs, investors, and business owners started their ventures in their teens or early 20s. They didn't wait for the perfect time to start out, they acted. To rewrite this lie, take action now. Start small if you have to, but make your future wealth a priority. Set aside money for savings and investments, even if it's just a small amount each month. The power of starting early cannot be overstated. Wealth lie number 9. You can't get rich without taking huge risks. A common misconception about wealth building is that you need to take massive risks to make it big. Society often portrays the path to financial success as a high-stakes, all-or-nothing gamble. People imagine the stories of entrepreneurs who took risks with their money and resources, sometimes losing everything, but also occasionally striking it rich. The huge truth is that building wealth does not require reckless decisions or gambling with your future. While taking calculated risks is an important part of entrepreneurship and investing, you don't need to risk everything on a single bet. Successful wealth building involves smart, thoughtful decisions that minimize risk and maximize long-term potential. Rather than jumping into risky investments, focus on diversifying your portfolio. Whether it's stocks, bonds, real estate, or starting a side business, spreading your risks across different types of investments is far safer and more sustainable. The goal is to build wealth over time with consistent, smart choices rather than hoping for one big win. To rewrite this lie, understand that calculated risks are key. Building wealth doesn't mean taking huge gambles. It means being strategic, diversifying, and making informed decisions that help you grow over time. Wealth lie number 10. You need to make a lot of money to build wealth. Another myth many people believe is that wealth building is only possible if you have a large income. People often think that in order to build significant wealth, you must earn a six-figure salary or have a large windfall of cash. While having a high income certainly helps, it's not the only factor that contributes to wealth. In fact, many wealthy individuals didn't necessarily start out making a lot of money. The key to wealth isn't how much you earn, it's how much you keep and grow. Many wealthy people have built their fortunes through disciplined saving, investing, and living below their means. Even if you earn a modest income, you can still build wealth if you prioritize saving and investing over spending. For example, many people spend their money on things that depreciate in value, like cars and clothing. But if you prioritize investing in assets that grow over time, like real estate or stocks, you can start to build wealth, regardless of your income level. To rewrite this lie, start by focusing on your savings rate and your ability to invest. Whether you're earning $30,000 or $300,000 a year, The secret to wealth is controlling your expenses, saving consistently, and investing wisely. It's about making the most of what you have, rather than simply earning more. The road to wealth in your 20s doesn't have to be paved with myths and lies. By recognizing and rejecting these false beliefs, you can take control of your financial future and build wealth on your terms. Whether it's investing early, taking calculated risks, or diversifying your income streams, there are many paths to success. Building wealth is a process, and it starts with the right mindset. Don't let society's lies hold you back. Start taking small steps today that will lead to a future of financial freedom. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.